welcome back to Healing Home, where I take you along as I create healing and healthy recipes from scratch. We talk about motherhood and faith, and I also bring you along on many of my handmade home projects. Today we are going to be making Einkorn Sourdough Pancakes, something that my family has been gobbling up. And the great part of this recipe is that all it takes is some sourdough starter discard, and I'm very excited about this one because there's lots of bubbles in there and it smells delicious, and I can't wait to make it. So come along. So right now my kids are in my bedroom, so you might be hearing them. I have chickens out on the porch and my dog is prancing around, which is just kind of how we do it around here at Healing Home because I don't have a quiet time to record these videos. So please forgive any of the background noise that you are hearing. So let's talk about this recipe. This recipe for my Trim Healthy Mama friends can either be a crossover or a complete recipe. Now you are going to want to use Einkorn whole wheat flour, and let me show you what that looks like. The admins on the Facebook groups really recommend the whole wheat flour instead of the all-purpose flour, just because there's some extra benefits to it. And I don't really know all the reasons. I should know that so I can tell you, but I don't know all the complete reasons, but they do recommend the whole wheat instead of the all-purpose for and crossover recipes. So if you have an Einkorn sourdough starter, the great thing about this recipe is that you do not have to ferment overnight. If your Einkorn is already started, maybe it's in the fridge or you have it on the countertop, you can just go because it's the starter that we're going to be using instead of fermenting or souring the recipe after the fact. All you need is 2 cups of sourdough starter discard. This specific Einkorn has been sitting out, or Einkorn sourdough starter has been sitting out all weekend, so it has lots of ferment in it and it's ready to go. You are also going to need 2 eggs if you're going to do a crossover, and if you're going to do it completely you will want 4 egg whites. 4 eggs with just the egg whites, and you can discard or keep the yolks for something else. We're also going to need some baking soda and some, what else do we need? I just drew a blank. Okay, that was totally embarrassing, but I actually had to go write it down. Call it pregnancy brain. Can we call it that? We're gonna call it that. All right, so you'll need your 2 cups of sourdough starter, your 2 eggs or 4 egg whites. You are going to need, see, I'm looking down at my notes now, that's just terrible. You're gonna need a 1/4 cup of coconut oil, and you're gonna want this melted. You're gonna need a teaspoon of Gentle Sweet. Gentle Sweet is available by Trim Healthy Mama. If you want to buy Gentle Sweet for the first time, which is a stevia blend, the link is below in this video description. You're gonna need some nice good Himalayan or pink mineral salt, the baking soda that I mentioned, and then coconut oil for frying. Or if you're not gonna fry in a cast iron skillet, you can also use a griddle, which is what I'm gonna be using today. All right, friends, let's actually start making this recipe. You are gonna take your 2 cups of sourdough starter and put it into a bowl. Now you can either take your 1/4 cup of melted coconut oil, or in this case, I'm gonna use my 2 tablespoons of water and 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil, so we're keeping it in a Trim Healthy Mama mode. You'll also have your teaspoon of Gentle Sweet, your salt, and baking soda. And then in this case, I'm using 4 egg whites, or if you're doing a crossover, you can do the 2 full eggs. Mix it in together, look at those beautiful bubbles from the sourdough, and let's keep going.
You can use a griddle or a cast iron skillet. I love my cast iron skillets, and if you choose to use that, make sure it's preheated and you use some coconut oil to just give it a barrier of oil as you are creating the pancakes. In this case, I'm using my griddle just because it was for convenience sake. You want to make sure that you're only flipping those pancakes once, so make sure the tops are very bubbly before you flip them. And friends, there you have it. There are your easy Einkorn sourdough pancakes. Weren't those easy to make? And they taste delicious. My kids have been gobbling them up with some homemade maple syrup on top. If you're a trim healthy mama lady, maybe some berries or some chocolate chips might be appropriate. You can store these in the fridge for up to a week and they still taste delicious. They're great for a trim healthy mama snack or something along those lines. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure that you hit like and subscribe for more of my healing home videos. I make at least one video a week and I would love to see you back at my healing home.